Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the rapid reaction of WWE Extreme Rules 2022. A lot of stuff here to talk about. Trying to figure out about what went down first or wait to the end. We'll talk about that because actually my thing is over here to me. So a couple times during this episode in during the entrance of the Brawling Brutes in the first match, we saw the White Rabbit hopping to the X, dig a hole, jumping into it, and the light come out of it. So that twice. Like I said, once in the thing in the Brawling Brutes entrance, and we saw it someplace else. Maybe it was on the pregame show. It might be on the pregame show we saw it. So the White Rabbit was going to appear. Who was going to be the White Rabbit? There was a lot of things. There's been some things out there that the White Rabbit was originally going to be Aleister Black, Malachi Black. I doubt that. I think it has always been Bray Wyatt. But they did try to throw us off sometimes, right? The things about, coordinates that led to Kentucky, a town Corbin, Kentucky, and Baron Corbin has been off the last couple of weeks, right? So so maybe it was about Corbin, but Bray Wyatt's last match was before he was a Fiend was to Baron Corbin. And there's a lot of other things as well. So what all this is going to lead to Bray Wyatt appearing tonight in Extreme Rules, where after the pit match between Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins, we had as DC and Matt Riddle are raising hands, the lights, down the alley, the lights come off, and we're starting to hear that scene. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. We've got that. We've got that going. So it's like, who is it? Who? There's no who is it anymore. We know who it is. And then they're doing all these cuts, and we're seeing the Mercy the Buzzard, and we're seeing the rabbit who always get beat up in the Fly Funhouse, and we actually saw the Fiend, the actual Fiend guy in the mask, and then we saw Sister Abigail, Abby, yeah. So we saw all of these things in the crowd. And then it turns to a box that's at the entranceway, and they go to it and they flip out the thing, and you see in the Fly Funhouse, and you see that all of the things are gone and they're dead and everything like that. Abby's on the windowsill and Mercy's, in the box and everything like that. And the TV comes on and it's a guy in a mask, and he's saying something that you can't understand. And finally, they go back to the arena and sit the box and the thing, and the door open and the light flashes in, and then slowly but surely he comes a lantern, and the guy in the mask holding the lantern, and the guy pulls up the mask, and then who is it? Obviously, it was Bray Wyatt. Everybody knew, everybody thought it was going to be him. That doesn't mean that people aren't ecstatic about Bray Wyatt. You gotta give it to him, right? You gotta give it to him. They have done this thing with the QR codes and the White Rabbit perfectly. Get everybody so intrigued that a couple of weeks ago they thought that he was going to appear on that episode of SmackDown. He had 400,000 more viewers in the last week episode of SmackDown. So all this was just incredible. What they did tonight was what they did tonight was great. There is no sugarcoating that, no matter how you feel. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is, and the reason why I'm not like ecstatic or anything like that, once I get through with this, I'm going to be watching Sean and Denise's post game show over on Fightful, on the Fightful YouTube channel. But the reason why I'm not excited is because one, I wasn't a big fan of the Fiend and Bray Wyatt to begin with. So, but I'll give him another chance, I guess. Then he's back to see exactly what this character is going to be and what this is all going to be. But two, because fans lose their shit. Like I said, I'm going to be watching Shawnee Denise's post game show over on the Fightful, and there was already a super chat that went up in the chat that said Bray now has to beat Roman, and this is what. You fucking kidding me? No, he doesn't. You keep Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns way far away because, first of all, that has to happen. But you're telling a story with Roman Reigns that Fiend needs no part of, needs to be have no sense of. He doesn't need to beat Roman Reigns for any title, both of them, one of them, none of them. Right? So let's stop that. And just stop it. You can't have nice things because you always want to do some talks about stupid shit. It's just keep it controlled. Bray Wyatt is back. It's going to be interesting. Maybe he'll be on Monday Night Raw for the season premiere of Raw. So that might be interesting. We'll all have to see how this all comes together. What is this Bray Wyatt? What is this new Bray Wyatt? What is his story and everything like that? What is this about? All we know right now is he's back. But we need to know what the story is and what version of this he is and what is this all about, right? Because I would like for this to be a new version, another version of Bray Wyatt, not the Southern Coke guy, not the children's show host and with a dual identity, bipolar disorder or whatever you call it, where he's one person and another person. None of that. What I want is I want a new character with new issues. I just want a new version of Bray Wyatt since he is back. So, and like I said, I was not a big fan of the Fiend to begin with. So, we'll wait and see what comes down, what happens. So, but yeah, Bray Wyatt is back, and he is what it is, right? So, this it is going right. So now, with that being said, let's get to the show, right? Because the show to watch, there was no pregame show. Yeah, there was no pregame show match, which is kind of interesting how they're doing that. It's like one time it is there. So, by the looks of everything, I went perfect tonight. I went 6-0 in my predictions. I went perfect tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. The first match was the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, the Brawling Brutes and the Imperium. And this is going to be so good and so great, and it's just on and on and on, and just they're going to fight forever. You guys who chant "fight forever," Imperium, Sheamus, Gunther, the Brawling Brutes, they are going to fight forever, and it's like they're going to fight, and they're going to be good and great fights. And it's just something that it's going to be incredible between these two guys. And these six guys, they went out and they did some great stuff in this match. It's another fight. It's always good. Sheamus and Gunther slapping and, again, big meaty men slapping meat. Big E was at his house jumping them down, enjoying it. I know BD men stopping me. You know, that's exactly what I think of when I think of um what this type of match. This is exactly what I think of. Um, I've also got my eye on this Alabama Texas A&M matchup, and it's like 3 seconds left. Alabama just picked off the quarterback, but it looks like there's a flag on the play. And they right now they're discussing it, so they might be picking up the flag. So let's see. Yeah, from the 2 yard line, Alabama 24, Texas A&M 20, with 3 seconds left. Anyway, back to this real quick. Just this incredible match. I love the things they came up with in this match. They had all of the things put around all of the everything. So it was just fantastic. I loved it. It ended up with Sheamus hitting Vinci with a bro kick. 1, 2, 3. The Brawling Brutes won the match. I gave it 4 stars. Thought it was incredible. And we're going to get Sheamus and Gunther again. And I think what I would like to see this lead up to is I'd like to see this lead up to Sheamus and Gunther. Like, you know, I'm not sure. Maybe at the Royal, maybe in Saudi. I don't know, but we need one more match, and we need that match to be. We need that match to be some type of stipulation match or something like that. You know, retirement match for Sheamus. Sheamus loses, he retires. If he wins the Intercontinental Champion, or he either wins the Intercontinental Championship or he retires, one or the other. So, but yeah, I thought this was great and fantastic. So here we got 3 seconds left from the Texas A&M down by 4, and the quarterback just threw it away. Just threw it away. Jesus Christ. What a play. I mean, just threw it away for no reason. I have no idea why he just threw it away. So it is just insane. I did not get that. All right. So back to this. By the way, I had the Brawling Brutes on that one. Like I said, I was 6-0. So everybody who won, I picked. For the SmackDown Women's title match, we had Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan. And I don't know. This was going fine. This was going fine until they tried to do a spot where, and it's the thing that Liv Morgan has done 1,000 times, where she falls back and have them and has them fall on her feet, and then she uses her feet to launch them into the turnbuckle. And she wanted to do it with the chair, and they screwed it up. First of all, the chair wouldn't stay; it fell out, and then when they tried to do it, it screwed up the first time, and the second time it didn't hit the mark. And then ever since then, it seems like they just lost it. They just lost it. We have Ronda Rousey, who is I don't know what happened to the Ronda Rousey of 3 years ago. The Ronda Rousey that at WrestleMania 34 had the greatest debut match for a wrestler ever. And then her next match, she pulled out one hell of a match from Nia Jax. Nia Jax's best match to date. And she in that entire year, she had great performances. And even though there was some things that you can see, that she just needed to get long in the scene, but feel like I had a hair back there. That it just she's come back. Her matches have been a lot more sloppy, a lot more less structured. I have no idea. Her and Natalia again had a match that year on Christmas that was really good, really good. And the two matches she's had with Natalia have just been. Actually, she ain't even had three matches with Natalia. That have just been okay at best, but again, it's like a feeling of something that's off. I just don't know what it is, and well, I think I probably do know what it is. It's maybe the fact that she really doesn't want to be there, at least in my opinion, because she has had some. It's only that I think of. She doesn't put anything into anything into her promos. She talks pretty fast, like she's talking to get it over with, and I don't know. So I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what is up with her. Just like this, she's going to go down that heel route. So maybe that's what she wanted, and so maybe she'll be more into her being a heel. That's okay, but yeah, I don't know. This match just had troubles from the get go, and yeah. So then, so the end of the match, she's trying to get some type of arm, trying to get the arm bar and fighting her, and she goes in and she's gonna turn it. She's going to turn the arm bar into some type of choke that she's sit on her, but it was just a mess, and they just couldn't get it right. It didn't look. But let me say this: it doesn't need to look crisp and in a right motion. A struggle is sometimes even better how you would want it to look, but that it didn't look like it was like a struggle of hey, I'm fighting for this and you're fighting not to get put in this. This is a struggle as if how do I get this right here so we can do this move, where she basically sits on Liv Morgan and chokes out between her thigh and her leg, chokes out, she passes out, and Ronda Rousey wins the SmackDown Women's Championship for a second time. I don't know. I had it at 2.25 stars because, like I said, 2.75 stars. Excuse me, because, like I said, before that botch in the corner, they were. It was looking okay. At one point, she hit Liv Morgan in the chest with a bat, and I don't know what the bat was. I don't know if the bat was was made of plastic or what it was, but it just was. So that's it. And for the Liv Morgan, she first of all, they need to take the title off her. They need to take it up. I said in my predictions video that I think what they could do is that when Survivor Series come around, even though the War Games match may not be Raw versus SmackDown, they still may do some Raw and SmackDown matches. I think everybody would love to see Lashley and Gunther go at it, big meaty man slapping meat. But what I would love to see is we got the tag titles, we got the hips merged, kind of merged. There's still two titles. They'll be fully merged when there's just one title for the Undisputed Universal Championship. That's for that. So, but I think I would love to see the merged women's championships become the Undisputed WWE Women's Champion, and the marquee match If you're gonna do it, it's not Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair, and it wasn't Bayley, and not Bayley versus Liv Morgan, and not Bayley versus Ronda Rousey. It's Ronda Rousey versus Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair has been pinned once in over 300 days. Ronda Rousey is a big star, drawing power, and she's the baddest woman on the planet. That would smoke at Survivor Series, hopefully. So I think that's the way. Good night. And I think that's the way they're gonna go. And I think that's the way they're gonna go. So I think that's it. So yeah, that's what I would like to see. Next was the strap match between Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross, and this one was good as well. Some versions with the strap and everything like that, and they fought before the strap match happened, and then you got in the ring. Drew McIntyre put the strap on to Karrion Kross and bell rung, and then they actually had to fight. And some people were worried, was it going to be the Four Corners way, or was it going to be pinfall or submission? It was pinfall or submission. We just had some things. At one, they was outside, and Karrion Kross pulled Drew into the ring post and attacked his shoulder, and the referee wanted to look at it, and he says, "No, it's fine." So that's just the way that it was. But it really didn't go back to that shoulder, did Karrion Kross. So, but it was, as he always is, using the straps and things like. It was a match with a strap, except the strap was legal. So it was good. So at one point, they finished in the match. Drew McIntyre is getting ready to go for the Claymore, and Scarlett gets in, and she asks Drew to not to do it. So Drew moves her out the way. Scarlett turns him back around, sprays him in the face with pepper spray. And Drew hit Kross hit. What the hell did he hit? They called it the cross hammer. I guess it's a thing to the back of the head. Cross hammer, 1, 2, 3, and Karrion Kross won. So I don't think this is going to be over between Drew and Kross. I think they're going to be fighting down the line. Again, maybe at Crown Jewel over in Saudi Arabia. But I thought this was good. This was 3 stars. Next was the ladder match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bayley and Belair. And ladder matches, the best ladder matches are always the ones that are one. When not a whole bunch of bodies. It's just one-on-one. When it's a wrestling match, but a wrestling ladder in it. That's when it's because when multiple matches and as fun as they can be. And we've seen TLC 2, maybe the greatest, collection of group of people creating a moment of all time for TLC 2 at WrestleMania 17. But I just think now, I think now the multi-men and multi-person ladder matches are just, there's nothing in it. Because it feels like what they're each trying to do is they're each trying to catch a moment of glory. Try to see if they get something, and see if it works, and see if it's hot. While with a one-on-one match, you can tell a story with that, and you can tell a story with this, and this was like how first one, how would each one person fit, how would Bianca Belair and Bayley be with this, and how would they do what they needed to do, and what they did was incredible. Incredible. There was some good spots, putting ladders on the outside, and Bayley jumped off of it and go through this, and there was some other good spots. People are probably gonna talk about that that ending spot when she Bianca Belair, KOD is Bianca Belair. No, Bianca Belair, KOD is Bailey, who's holding a ladder. And then she comes up and gets the women's championship to win the match. So and she fought off Damage Control, Alexa Bliss and Asuka was not there because they were attacked on Monday. So then they were taken out for tonight. So and it was that was really good. I gave it 4 stars. I really did. I think my only criticism maybe is that when it is 1-on-1, do we need all the fucking ladders? Give us 3 ladders. Give us 3 ladders. Give us the super tall ladder. Give us the regular ladder, and then have a ladder that's like a backup ladder. You only need 3 ladders, but they put 3 or 4 ladders right out there, and then they put some under the ring too. I don't think we need all their ladders. It's different with multiple people. You may need all those ladders, but you don't need those many ladders for a one-on-one match. So, but I thought it was 4 stars. Really from between 2 women. The I Quit match between Edge and Finn Balor, and I think for anybody who thought that Finn Balor was going to win, which I did, you realize how it was going to end. That the only way Edge was going to quit, but it had to have something to do with Beth Phoenix or his 2 kids, if he would come be a part of the show. That's exactly what happened. These 2 guys beat the hell out of each other, just like any other I Quit match, and they went there and they did what they needed to do, and boy, it was fun, and it was really good. And Judgment Day came down, and they did, and they got in the way, and then at one point Rhea Ripley handcuffs Edge to the rope, and and Damian Priest, Dominic, and Finn beat down Edge, and he still doesn't give up. He still doesn't say I quit. And then at one point, Beth Phoenix comes out of nowhere. She gets in the ring and she takes out Finn. She takes out Damian Priest, and she takes out Dominic. She wants to take out Dominic, but doesn't happen. And Rhea comes in the ring, and Rhea gets in there and going. And Beth gets the best of Rhea. Not only does she get the best of Rhea, but she gets the key, and she gets that key, and she unlocks Edge, and then Edge goes in one spear, 2 spear, and 3 spears on Finn Balor. And she says, Edge tells Beth to get a chair. She goes and gets a chair, and she gets the thing, and she goes, and it's like this, and it's just like bam, and it's just like that. And he does the thing where he's down on the thing, and he puts the crossface in, puts the chair thing in his mouth, and they go ahead and they break it up, right? Oh no, actually Rhea comes in and knocks out Beth's knuckles. They beat down Edge again. They hold Edge up there, tell him to quit. He says never. She goes and gets the chair. She puts the chair under the thing for the one person can chair though. And Finn says, say it, or she gets it. And he says, I quit. And he quits. And Rhea puts chair down and then says, now I'm here anyway. And gave her a good one too. Gave her a really good one. We know how the concerto is worked. They don't hit the head at all. It's the top of the chair on the thing hitting the top of the chair being swung. top of the chair that's on the mat. That's what makes the noise, and it's just up to you to sell it. And Beth actually did a good sell where she kind of popped up afterwards, and then of course Edge is there, and he crawls over to her, and Ray Mysterio, who came out there, who by the way got beat the fuck out of by his son. Dominic whooped that ass on Ray Mysterio. So he had in the ring, and he was there, and Michael Cole was perfect for this match. He was just perfect. He has been, I listened to Jim Cornette podcast, and for some reason Brian Last doesn't like Michael Cole, doesn't like him at all. He has some type of bias to him. It's almost like what Jim's bias towards Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega can't do nothing, right? He wouldn't be able to do anything that Jim would like. But it's totally just what it is. So I think that's the way it goes, and so yeah, it was a great thing. The great thing that happened there. Excuse me, really quick. I need to. I need to do something quick. So I thought it was great. Great story there. 4.25 star. Just really great all around. Everybody played their part wonderfully here, and I love the way they did it. Having Edge say "I quit." We all knew that if Edge was going to say "I quit," that's how he was going to say it. Was because of Beth Phoenix or his kids or something like that. So yeah, that's that was that match. And then we had the main event, the fight pit, Rollins and Riddle, and I don't know if the two fight pits that happened in NXT happened with no fans, I believe. Well, no, I believe one happened with no fans, but I believe the other one happened, of course, with some fans, there. So I think that's what it was going to be. So yeah, it was. So I don't know if the host and the fans. I don't know if they got it. They expressed to him what it was going to be. He was going to win by knockout or submission, but I don't know if if that's what it was going to be. So I think so I think that's what was going to happen. So I'm not sure exactly if the fans were. First of all, I really think the fans they wanted Bray Wyatt because they started a "We Want Wyatt" chant at the beginning of the match, which was it's Philly, so take it for what it is, right? Right, and and I think they were just kind of. So I think that's what this was about. They were waiting for Bray Wyatt, so they were just kind of sitting on their hands, and they would cheer here and there. They did, of course, the Seth Rollins. Oh, they did that. Um, So they did that, but they didn't do a lot of other things to kind of, be a part of this match, which I think for a bit hurt it. I think it did hurt for a bit. But I think when they went up top onto the thing, I think they got it back. And theory, Riddle's big massive bump onto Seth Rollins, I think that a little bit more, and then that's when they went home and Riddle locked in the triangle, and Rollins tapped out and he won. So I think that's it. I think with Riddle winning, that is it now for Rollins and Riddle, and I think now they both go their separate ways. I'm not sure what's next for both of them. I'm not sure. We know that Monday Rollins has a United States Championship match. Maybe that could be what it is. You knew Rollins was going to lose tonight, so now he wins. He beats Bobby Lashley and wins the United States Championship. So now he's the United States champion, and now he holds that and holds that title on Raw. He won the championship, so maybe now he does that. Who knows what's next for Riddle? So we haven't heard anything really about Randy Orton and his back, anything like that. When he went down with the back injury, there was talk that he would be missing maybe the entire year. Maybe he could come back for the Rumble or WrestleMania, but who knows? We're talking about a back, and who knows how bad it is, how good it is. I thought I may have saw something in the past couple of weeks about an update with him, but it's who knows what it was. So yeah, so I gave that 3 stars, and we had, of course, the Bray Wyatt stuff at the end there. So all in all, this was a pretty good pay-per-view. 3 matches over 4 stars, 4 stars or above, 2, 3 stars and stuff, and then we had the SmackDown title match was an average match. So I would give this a good thumbs up. That's something for me. I give it a good thumbs up. So yeah, if you're watching this on replay, post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys thought about this match and my ratings and all of this stuff. So let me know down in the comment section about what you think. Make sure you click that subscribe button and that notification bell, because I'm going to be here each and every time a pay-per-view happens. We got one coming up in 4 weeks on a Saturday. They're doing Saturday pay-per-views now, which is, I don't know if I like it or love it. I don't know. I like to have something on my Sundays, but then, especially now, like during football season, like Michigan College football, I had Notre Dame on television. Then I had I went to Paramount and put on the Alabama game here on my computer while I was watching my middle TV, which of course was on the Peacock. So I don't know how I feel about that, but we're just waiting to see. It's whatever. But yeah, it is what it is. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to now get ready to listen to the Fightful thing with Denise and Scott. I invite you to go over there to Fightful on YouTube and subscribe to them. They do some good work over there. Sean he's working his ass off to try to get each and every story they can. So he does a good job, and I think I like these. I don't agree with all of them all the time. John wants to type of split up again. Earlier this week, Will Washington, who also works for Fightful, said no. I want the titles. Do you think so? We got some good stuff there, and this was a good one. And I think this was a nice pay-per-view. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.